And now, Sci-fi Mamacita.
I say, what's up, party people? Welcome to Marvelous Monday in the Galactic Cafe. We're talking about all kinds of cool stuff on the wall behind me with my friends over on TikTok. So don't forget to smash those hearts, smash that like button, share out the stream, please, and thank you. What'd you guys do this weekend? We got a lot of news to talk about from STLV 60. Yes, pretty awesome. So I've got some Orville news. Okay, I'll behave now. No, I won't. You know better than that. You behave better than me because I won't. Okay. So, but before we dive headfirst into that great news, we got to do some housekeeping. Here at Sci-Fi Mombie, at Sci-Fi Mombie Studios, we will never, ever personally DM you for donations. If somebody is reaching out to you under my name, which is April Nichols, or my business, which is Sci-Fi Mombie Studios, or Sci-Fi Mombie, report me to that platform. And if the handle does not say Sci-Fi Mombie, it's not me. I will never, ever personally DM you, okay? But here's the best form of currency you can give me, okay? Ready? Smash those hearts, smash that like button, share out the stream, please and thank you, and follow Sci-Fi Mombie on every social media platform because we're pretty much there except OnlyFans, and you will never see me there. All right. But if you feel generous and you have the means, do not send me your food money. I had a guy do that once. Don't do that. Okay? Feed yourself. All right? We do have 5 legitimate ways that you can donate to Sci-Fi Mombie. Buy us a cup of coffee at Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Sci-Fi Mombie. We also have a creators platform on throne.com/Sci-Fi Mombie. We have Patreon memberships. There are $3 a month. Go to patreon.com/user?u=849723353. I know it's a stupid long thing, and I think the reason why they took it's still my handle, but I'm not paying them subscription for Patreon. Maybe I fixed that and they gave me back my handle. So we also have TikTok fan club. It's $10 a month. Go to tiktok.com/Sci-Fi Mombie or go to a live. Go to my name. Press the heart. That simple. And then we have a Venmo account. Search us at @SCIFIMOMBIE. Or if you're on the other platforms, scan those QR codes right there. And of course, we are all over social media. We stream daily to Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, and TikTok. We also have Patreon, Mastodon, Substack, Blue Sky, Threads, Discord, Lemonade, IMDb, IMDb Pro, Pinterest, Reddit, Counter Social. We do have Rumble. We have Rumble. I just haven't been uploading anything lately. I got to put Telegram on there. We have Snapchat and WhatsApp. And on Wednesday, our website will be back up at sci-fi-mombie.com. And you can then email us at questions@sci-fi-mombie.com after Wednesday. But for today, email us at sci-fi-mombie@gmail.com. I do check my emails every day, multiple times a day. So you can reach me. All right, who's out here? Hello, Lady Mist. How are you today? I hope you're doing great. Hello, Isaiah. Isaiah's over on TikTok today. So, all righty. There I am. You don't need the banner up. What's going down? Little news. There will not be Tuna-geddon or Comedy Tuesday. Actually, it's actually the start of It's Your Turn to Scream. So we're moving it to next week. Miss Connie had a death in the family. And so send some vibes her way, some comforting sympathy vibes on the loss of her family member. So please and thank you. Miss Connie is the bird lady of YouTube. She is one of my co-hosts. Of course, you guys know co-host Vic. He will be making a comeback at some point. I don't know. I'm waiting for him to get off the whatever. So Isaiah says, do you ever plan your lives? Like, do you plan what you're going to talk about? Yes, actually, I do. I actually do. I sit here as I'm working. See, Isaiah, I work a full-time job. I do. I work a full-time job for a large healthcare company from home. And Hi, Annie. Welcome. And Pixie, welcome to the Galactic Cafe. If you guys are doing great today, don't forget to smash those hearts, smash that like button, share out the stream, and follow us on TikTok. Yay. Most of the time, what I do is I sit here and I go through Instagram because that seems to be the most accurate news besides Deadline, Variety, Entertainment Weekly, and TV Line, Hollywood Reporter. So I go through the trades every day as well while I'm working and doing I multitask. Don't tell my boss that. But it's a lot. I get the free subscriptions to the trades, like the Wrap. I get the daily thing from the Wrap. I also watch independent media, Don Lemon, Mark Thompson's show, Secular Talk, all those different shows. I watch all that. So I just don't pay attention to Fox state regime media. That's the only one I quit. Now, local Fox News, yeah, I follow those, but not corporate legacy. I just can't do it anymore. So, but yeah, I do sit here and I go over things, look at box office numbers. Today I saw a very interesting, I think I bookmarked it on IG about Doom's Army. So that's going to be interesting. What are you up to today, Lady Mist? Hope you're having a good Monday. Hope it's not manic for you. So I wonder where everybody's at. I know where Miss Connie's at, but and Mrs. Dadman Walking hasn't been having a show, so I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, let's get into some pop culture news, shall we? I wish I could show you guys on TikTok. I've got to figure out how to do this stuff. So, oh, I don't have it ready. Hold, please. So this is how wacky Instagram is, or YouTube is. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, Lord. Okay. But anyways, all right. I took Meg to her sorority thing. Hero. But I heard a kitten. Sorry, guys. I don't know what just happened with my screen, but that was weird. There it goes. Of course, Family Guy's awesome. Union Federation podcast, Strange New Worlds. They are reviewing every single one of them. Human Best Friend is what they're reviewing, so go check that out. By the way, happy 70th anniversary to the Grand Admiral Dadby. Of course, that's my dad. So happy birthday, Dad. I love you. We had breakfast with, hello, Michelle. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We had breakfast with him yesterday. Yeah, it's a process, Isaiah. It's a process to pull all this together sometimes for the shows. Most of the time, I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I just wing it. So, you know. If you like the 5-star Weekend, it has been renewed for season 2 after becoming Peacock's most watched scripted series ever. Bullshit. What about Ted? Get ready, because Dungeon Crawler Carl's coming. Get ready. Oh my God. Venetian quit. Universal Television Entertainment, one page more stories. We're excited to announce that our handles at Universal TV, at Universal International Studios, at UCP, and at UTV Alternative have come together under one single handle, Universal TV. From scripted hits and global productions to unscripted favorites, you'll find the latest from NBC Universal's television studio division right here, as well as industry insights from NBC Peacock and Bravo. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, X, and Threads. There you go, guys. Emerald City Comic-Con. Wow, I like the theme. March 4th through the 7th, 2027 in Seattle, Washington. Go to emeraldcitycomiccon.com to purchase your passes. Do I ever plan my lives? Like my life? No. I'm kidding. I'm joking around. I keyed. Hello, Irene. Welcome. Okay. Wait, what? Who's coming to the Venetian? Oh, nice. Really? Sweet. So ring in the new year with the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere. 3-day hotel package with Vibey. Pre-sale starts August 12th. Nice. They're still doing their Millennium. Hello, Dawn. Welcome. Hope you're doing great today. Still doing their Millennium residency at the Venetian and the Sphere. So check that out. What? Check that out on BBC. How an asteroid killed the dinosaurs. Nice. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Looks like Lauren Boebert's son was arrested on SA exploitation charges. Ooh, that's not good. Yikes. Sci-fi is reporting that Paddington 2 writer Simon Farnaby reveals the Star Wars droid movie he's pitched to Lucasfilms. Paul King and Simon Farnaby, the team behind Paddington 2 and an upcoming film adaptation of the Labubu dolls. You got to be fucking kidding me. Really? Pitched Lucasfilms what would have become a droid-focused feature set in the Star Wars universe. Interesting. I already saw it because I'm a member of Dropping Names. The new episode of Dropping Names drops Wednesday with Sam Witmer. Right now you can catch him on Darth Maul Shadow Lord on Disney+. I don't remember this guy. Aw. That's sad. Well, hey. That's a cool picture. Christopher Doohan, which is the son of Scotty, the original Scotty, James Doohan, was at STLV, and he got a picture with Martin Quinn, who is the current Scotty on Strange New Worlds. Very nice. Really, Disney? Okay, I'm going to flip out. You ready? Okay, here it goes. Nerdist is reporting that Disney Plus orders a TV pilot based on Epcot Spaceship Earth. No, stupid. You're supposed to get the Orville going. Evil. We know the Orville's coming. I'm going to share some news here in a second. So, hell, I'll share it now. Our good friend and buddies on Mission Log the Orville, Mike Richards, announced on August 7th at STLV that the Orville has been greenlit. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this came from Seth himself to Mike Richards. It's been greenlit, but here's the kicker. Ready? Shit, who's that beauty? Oh, well, it's me, the Sci-Fi Mombie. Thank you for saying I'm beautiful, because I'm not. Appreciate it. Hello, Peeled El Ray. Thank you so much for saying that. That's very sweet of you. So here's the news. Hello, crazy. I'm just gonna leave my glasses on. Sorry, nerd fan girl is out. Okay. Hello, Rimus. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. So, according to Mike Richards, who is a trusted source within the Orville community, he is one of the co-hosts of Mission Log the Orville, and where I won my Orville ship. Thank you very much. He announced that the Orville has been greenlit. However, it will begin with 3 90-minute movies. Yeah, you heard that right. Seth got 10 scripts written, but they're gonna have to do it in this format. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be anything after it, right? So, I mean, Seth is one busy guy. Hello, Mo. Welcome. Hope you're doing great today. And, you know, he's got so much stuff on his plate. He's got Dungeon Crawler Carl. He's got Ted the Animated Series. He's got the Orville. He's got other projects coming down the pike that he's working on right now. I can't get into my IMDb Pro or I'd tell you what they are. That's where I get most of my information from, is right there. So, all right. Who's trying to contact me when I'm busy? Spread shop. That's my merch shop. I do have a merchandise shop. All my logos that Dr. Omega and David Kabiza have helped me with are uploaded there. You can slap it on any product I've chosen. So, hold on. Hold on. Love it when people are trying to get my attention. All right. Hello, Amazed Dolphin. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. So, but I mean, at least we're going to get something. And look, guys, if you go out on Threads, there are pictures of the Paradons moving out of storage. I have seen them. So they're moving the sets and stuff out of storage. It's coming. It's coming. All right, go see who else. Hey, Stony Girl, what's up? Not going to be able to stay. Just wanted to pop in. Did you hear the Orville news from over the weekend at ST? Why is it they always break this news at STLV? Why is that? What, they're not good enough to do it on its own timeline? By the way, I've been talking about trying to figure out how to come up with an Orville convention. I say we should do it and have it all around the globe. That's what I'm saying. Because there's not just fans in the United States, it's all over. So, but according to Mike Richards of Mission Log the Orville, God darn, I feel it. Don't you hate that? Okay. To start out the Orville, we're going to get 3 90-minute episodes. Yeah. Doesn't mean there's not more to come. So Mike broke that on August 7th, and then JP with Talking the Orville picked it up on the 8th. So that was interesting. So came directly from Seth's mouth to Mike Richards. He told him to put out the news. So awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm ready. Bring it. Oh, no. Oh. At least 111 people are deceased after a 7.4 magnitude earthquake rocked Western Colombia on Monday. The country's new president has declared a national disaster. The earthquake's epicenter was 5 kilometers east of San Jose del Palmar, Colombia, according to the USGS Geological Survey. Ooh, scary, scary. Oh. Diddy Khan reveals how she remembers her late friend Olivia Newton-John's 3 years after her passing. Oh, yeah. She tried so hard to fight breast cancer, and it just didn't happen. Oh, that's cool. By the way, we have a solar eclipse coming this week on the 12th. Going to be glorious. I can't wait. So, wishing the summer heat would fade. It could be worse. The day side of exoplanet Kelt-9b, one of the hottest planets known, is hotter than the surface of some stars. In fact, it gets even weirder. Kelt-9b's host star spins so fast that it flattens out a bit at the poles, causing the temperature to be hotter at the poles than in the midsection. Fascinating. That's a scary thought. Hello, Penny Brown 72. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. Ew, what is that, Anson? Oh. Okay, then. Lisa Ann Waters is the host for the Astra Television Awards. Cool. Watch that this Saturday, August 15th, beginning at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern, on Astra Awards YouTube channel. By the way, this week is D23, and Seth will be live on stage Friday night for a history of the Muppets. We just finished up the Muppet Show yesterday. Haha, beat you. No, just kidding. Hello, Tommy Joker. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. Oh my God, I just started watching Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. I am in love. Hello, Cyclone 123445. Oh my God, I have the same combination on my luggage. By the way, if you have HBO Max, go watch it. It's so good. It is so good. Wait, what? CNN is reporting that nearly 30 years after the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur, jury selection began today for Dwayne Keith Davis, known as Kef D, the only person ever charged in the case. Shakur was fatally wounded in 1996 drive-by shooting in Las Vegas after attending a boxing match. Wow. Shot in the lung, passed away 6 days later. Lots of fun at STLV. Yeah, baby. That's cool. So much fun. Man, these Star Trek, the magic cards are totally incredible. Have you guys seen these? They're pretty cool. General Chang. Christine Chapel. Nice. Those are great. Uh-oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? There's magic in the air. Stewie as Gollum is so fitting. Yeah, that's true. Oh, God damn. Collider is reporting that Mel Gibson officially reveals first plot details for Lethal Weapon 5. You know, Danny Glover is not doing so good. So I don't know how that's going to go. So we'll see. Hello, Jordan. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. Mel Gibson just gave us our first real look at what Lethal Weapon 5 could be. In an exclusive conversation with Collider, Gibson revealed that he and screenwriter Richard Wenk completed the script after Richard Donner's passing, with the pair approaching it by asking, what would Donner do? Yes, Richard Donner was amazing. Now, the only thing standing between us and Lethal Weapon 5 may be Hollywood itself. The story would find Riggs and Murtaugh older, and in very different places with a more grounded, character-driven approach instead of huge explosions and spectacles. Interesting to find out, right? Right. All right. Ooh, what is that? It's like a big old rose. What the? Somebody joined from my post, but I can't see it. Now, why is that giving me headache? Maybe it's because of this. Maybe. Thank you for joining from my post today. Greatly appreciate you all. Hope you're doing great today. This looks like a big old giant green rose. However, the swirling green masterpiece is actually a science story from space. Cyanobacteria blooms appear in Pyramid Lake, Nevada, almost every year, and some can produce toxins that can sicken people and animals. With instruments from missions like Landsat, NASA scientists can detect changes in chlorophyll and identify when a bloom is forming. This satellite data helps guide water testing and issues safety alerts that keep swimmers and boaters safe. Want to explore more stunning science? Go to NASA Science. Puppy. Oh, poor puppers. Nice. That's so great. So Felicia Day is reporting out that they have met their $5 million goal to produce, it's called the Guild. From 4.6 million on, additional funds will be going towards support for the movie and Conlude, the new board game show with Felicia and Will Wheaton. The movie will get financiers with improvements for the cast and crew on set and more days in shooting schedule. And Conludo will feature games played with celebrity friends of Will and Felicia. Awesome. Good job, you guys. So proud. So proud. Of course, she was rocking around SDCC and STLV with her little sign on. So totally awesome. There's some cool people right there. There's Terry Farrell. Lots of great pictures like that. Oh, looky there. So awesome. The Fiercer Frontier is this group's name. So follow them on Instagram. Cool. Oh, man, I like their merch. My merch is better because it was drawn by David Cabiza. Okay. So is that what I'm going to have to do to get the work? Yep, that's what I'm going to have to do. Get a table. 7 of fine. That is cute. I like that. Oh my God, look at that ship. Isn't she beautiful? That, my friends, is the original model of the Starship Enterprise, 1701. She was found in storage and restored to her beautiful glory before STLV 60. So there you go. She's absolutely beautiful. Oh, neat. Muppet Treasure Island will be shown in theaters. Oh, starting today. Isn't it the 30th anniversary? Yeah, that's right. So catch it in AMC theaters. Oh, I love that one. I have seen that Enterprise. Oh my God, that was glorious. It's in the Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. From the National Air and Space Museum, Smithsonian Institute, the Starship Enterprise studio model is temporarily going into space dock beginning August 17th as the museum upgrades the display case. So there you go. You won't be able to see it for a while. Let's see. The new case in the same location on display near the Independence Avenue exit. Actually, it's pretty much the door you come into to look at the museum. Will be ready later this fall, ensuring the safety and longevity of the iconic artifact for years to come. But we won't miss the milestone birthday on September 8th. The model will return for a one-day public display in honor of the 60th anniversary of the premiere of Star Trek, the original series. Very awesome. Oh, no. Brad, what are we going to do with you, man? That's smart. So Comic-Cons now have child to junior validation, which is great. A lot of strange shit goes down at Comic-Cons, I tell you. Dennis Leary met Paul McCartney. Cool. Yes, please. Oh. Wait. Is that one of the heads at is that the Canary? No, not the Canary Islands. Roman decahedrons, small hollow bronze object with 12 faces and differently sized holes. More than 100 have been found, but no ancient text clearly explains what they're for. Well, alrighty then. Longyu Caves, huge artificial caverns in China carved from sandstone with remarkably consistent chisel patterns. Their builder's exact date and original purpose remain unclear. Sacsayhuaman stonework, enormous irregular stones in Peru, were fitted together with extraordinary precision. Archaeologists understand the general construction techniques, but exactly how particular blocks were transported and lifted is still studied. It's kind of like the pyramids, if you think about it that way. Rapa Nui Moe. Near 1,000 enormous stone statues were carved by the people of Rapa Nui, many weighing several tons. Archaeologists have no idea how the islanders transported the large statues and organized such massive construction projects. I thought those were the Easter Island heads. That's what I was thinking, Easter Island. Costa Rican stone spheres. Hundreds of carefully shaped stone spheres, some weighing many tons. Their makers are known broadly, but their exact social or symbolic purpose isn't. Fascinating. Cool. Oh, yeah, baby. Total eclipse of the sun. A total eclipse of the sun. I know I'm a geek. Follow my friends, the Transporter Room, on Instagram. They do a lot of great things. The evolution of astronomy. Well, yeah. Wow, that's the Ring Nebula in 1915. Look at it today. That's amazing. Now, that's just 7 years. Wow. Pillars of Creation. The Orion Nebula. Huh. Jupiter. Good grief. Can you imagine? Mars. 1877. I love this galaxies page. Well, hello, Todd Stashaway. Hey, is that Blair? Wait a minute. Yeah, Lisa Welcher. That's what I thought. God, she looks so pretty. She's aging very well. Awesome. I still owe Todd a Happy 58th birthday to Gillian Anderson. Her birthday was today. And today is my dad's birthday. And my husband's best friend, not Gorilla Man, Fuggles. Happy birthday, Mike. Happy birthday, Jim and Jimmy. They both have the same birthday as well. So happy birthday, Gillian. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Hey, there's some people I like. Nice. Whose birthday is that? Oh, that's cool. So Kevin Smith and his brother Don were both born on August 2nd. 4 years apart. Wow, that's great. Oh, here's the Stewart fails to save the universe comics. Very cool. The Guardian is asking, have you got your eclipse glasses yet? Hello, smiley face. Welcome. Hope you're doing great today. A frantic rush is on across the UK as some shoppers struggle to get a hold of protective eyewear ahead of Wednesday's eclipse. I remember it was a big deal when we had the better eclipse here. So, according to NBC 10 Boston, what to know about this? Should I say it in a Boston accent? I'm not very good at it. About this week's partial solar eclipse. Partial eclipse begins at 1:01:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be a 16% maximum eclipse at 1:55 p.m. Eastern Time, and the partial eclipse ends at 2:46 p.m. Eastern. So there you go. Get ready. Yeah, Missouri ain't gonna get shit. Oh, that's cute. What a cute collectible for the 65 years of 101 Dalmatians, you guys. Wow. Oh, adorbs. Oh, I like the mug. I need one of those. Oh, my goodness. Pacific Plate's moving, everybody. It's moving big time. Colombia just had a 7.4 earthquake. Oh. Oh my. Not good. Guys, send some positive thoughts and prayers. And if you can, donate to the Red Cross and the Red Crescent and Convoy of Hope. Convoy of Hope is here in the Springfield, Missouri area. They are a beautiful organization. Let's help them get supplies and food and water to the people. Also, donate to World Central Kitchen at WCK.org. Please, please, please. Oh, Warner Brothers mocked over embarrassing promo AI dog podcast. Okay. Warner Brothers is under fire after it collaborated with AI Dog Podcast to promote Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway's new movie, The End of Oak Street. According to ing.com. Hello, Gabrielle. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. Aw, these are great pictures. He just walks around taking pictures with people. That's so cool. What? No way. Ew. No, that giant hairball you saw rolling through the streets of New York was not AI. Have you guys seen this? Why are you fucking touching it? That's gross. Ew. It's called the Tumble Hair, a car-sized ball of hair built by @K18 Hair to promote their new Future IQ hair longevity serum. The sphere represents 161 billion strands, 161 billion doll hairs. Sorry. The amount K18 says New Yorkers could collectively retain by using the serum. Ew. No, thank you. That's gross. Wow. It's definitely going to catch your attention for sure. Oh. People magazine is reporting that Megan Thee Stallion set for trial amid former cameraman's accusations of a hostile work environment. The cameraman, who was employed by the rapper between 2018 and 2023, filed a lawsuit that will proceed to trial, a judge ruled on August 7th. Emilio Garcia filed against her, and Rock Nation in 2024 will proceed to trial, while a U.S. District Court judge in New York partially dismissed some of Garcia's claims. The defendant's motion for summary judgment was also partially denied, according to documents. I didn't even know anything was going down. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at how violent it is. Wow. Oh my goodness. Decor off of the basilica was falling around. Oh no. Oh. Oh man. It's more than that. Hmm? Galaxies is reporting that in 1985, physicist Taylor G. Wong flew aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger to conduct a microgravity experiment he had spent years developing. Just 2 days into the mission, the equipment malfunctioned. Mission Control wanted to move on, but Wong knew the experiment could still be saved. Frustrated that years of work might be lost, he reportedly told NASA, "If you don't let me repair my experiment, I'm not coming back to Earth." Wow. The situation was eventually diffused, and Wong was eventually given time to troubleshoot the equipment, successfully recovered much of the experiment, and returned safely to Earth with the rest of the crew. It was one of the most intense moments in spaceflight history, showing just how much pressure astronauts and scientists face when years of work are on the line. That's true. That's very true. Okay. Oh, yeah. Have you guys heard about this? Okay, so for some reason, the Lord of the Rings trilogy has been removed from Google Play. And people have bought the digital copies, okay? Here's the other part of this. Google is refusing to give them their money back. A man was refused a refund after appealing to Google about his digital box set of The Lord of the Rings disappearing from his library. The company said it exceeded the 120-day refund window. Bullshit. Bullshit. If the distributor told you to remove it and you had people pay for that box set, give them their money back. Give them their money back. Google, you are worth billions of dollars. Billions. Give the money back. Don't be a jerk. Give the money back. Hello, Chiefs fan from Pensacola. How are you today? I hope you're doing great in the Galactic Cafe. Thanks for stopping by. I'm hanging around. Did you hear, Chiefs fan? GEHA removed their name from Arrowhead. Can you believe that? They've been GEHA Stadium since like 2020. It's interesting. So I am happy that Mahomes is in practice. I just want him to be careful. That's all I want. So NBC 10 Boston is reporting that Patriots reportedly rushing to replace artificial turf ruled non-compliant. Uh-oh. Sucks to be them. Can you tell I don't like the Patriots? Okay. With just days to go until they are set to host their first preseason game, the Patriots are reportedly now rushing to install a new field at Gillette Stadium. Idiotas. Okay. Yeah. What? Happy birthday to our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. In celebration of our favorite web-slinging hero, here's a sneak peek behind the scenes at the making of Mysterio's zombie Iron Man illusion, narrated by VFX supervisor Alexis Rajatbro. I hope I said that right. Wow. Oh my God, damn. Why don't you go to Congress and work with Congress instead of signing all these stupid effing executive orders, you dumbass? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Take our ideas off of this stupid ass Trump. Okay. This could be our first look at Doctor Strange in Avengers Doomsday. Why? Why has Doctor Strange gone evil? New Avengers Doomsday leaks may have revealed a surprising new role for Doctor Strange. Leaked promotional material appears to show a mysterious masked sorcerer aligned with Doctor Doom, with rumors claiming it's Strange serving under Doom as Boris. Interestingly, the comics have precedented for this, as Strange becomes Doom's right-hand man during 2015's Secret Wars. Wow. All right, guys. Disney Plus. Here we go, Sabrina. And guess what? God dang it. Son of a bitch. All right, D323 live streams on Disney Plus will begin Friday, August 14th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 p.m. Central time, with Disney Studios' 35th anniversary celebration of Beauty and the Beast. Where is the Muppet? I want to see Seth. Okay, never mind. Saturday, August 15th, beginning at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, Percy Jackson, Season 3 panel and cast, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, Disney Rewind Encore concert, and 7 p.m. Pacific time, Horizons, Disney Experiences Showcase. Sunday, August 16th, beginning at 10:15 p.m. Pacific time, Disney World Builders panel with Leslie Earworks, and 6 p.m. Pacific time, 2026 Disney Legend Awards ceremony. Stream select events and panels on Disney Plus. Yeah, it better be there. I pay so much a year for Disney Plus. I just want the Muppets. Okay, I'll stop now. You heard me, Sabrina. I'm an idiot. All right. Jeff Dunham and Fluffy were together. Nice. That would be a great show to see. Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. Oh, looky here, guys. Coming soon to Planet Anime Kansas City, August 21st through the 23rd. It is the cast of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Olivia Hack, Jack DeSenza, Zach Eisen, Michaela Jill Murphy, Janine Kwan, Greg Baldwin, and Jeanette Varney. Nice. Who else is coming? There's others. My Hero Academia, Brandon McInnes, Jeremy Lee, J. Michael Tatum, Colleen Klinkenbeard, and Jamie Marche. One Piece, Marshall T. Botchaman, Daniel Lassiter, and Camrus Johnson for One Piece. Zach Aguilar. I don't know. He's got several different. Colleen Klinkenbeard. Charlotte Chung. Jeremy Lee. She's got a bunch of stuff going on right now. So there you go. 3 weeks from now? 2 weeks from now? So why am I not seeing any more of my chat? Something weird is going on. So Galaxies posted this really cool thing I wanted to show you guys. And it says, the real size of space will break your mind. No, it won't. If we know anything from Men in Black, it's just in a locker at Grand Central Station. Hello, Mike's Munchies 22. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. I hope you're doing great today. Check out who's over here in the chat over here. Hey, Jamie. Teddy Moore. That's her name? The teacher from... You binged it? Okay. Bing. Huh. Hey, Jamie. Sorry. Trying to... I don't have, like, different... Okay, cool. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. Sorry. I don't have enough computer. I'm telling you. So... It doesn't let me do the different things anymore. Earth feels enormous to us, but it's only about 7,900 miles wide. The sun is so large that roughly 1.3 million Earths could fit inside it by volume. Wow. Now zoom out. The sun is just one star among hundreds of billions in the Milky Way. Our galaxy is roughly 100,000 light years across. Even light needs about 100,000 years to cross it. Crazy. But the Milky Way is only one galaxy. The observable universe contains hundreds of billions of galaxies separated by unimaginable stretches of nearly empty space. The observable universe is about 93 billion light years across, and that is only the part whose light has had time to reach us. The entire universe could be vastly larger, possibly even infinite. I believe that. Wow. No, I'm serious. It's in a Foot Locker at... Oh, here you go. Lower Decks, people. Yay! At STLV. Whoa, that's a huge cat. I'll be damn. Wow. Acts like one too. Critics' Choice Super Awards goes to Task for Best Action Series, Limited Series, or Made for TV Movie. Cool. There's other stuff here. Sterling K. Brown for Paradise. Caitlin Olsen for High Potential. I love that show. I absolutely love that show. I'm so glad it's gotten renewed. Best Superhero Series, Limited Series, or Made for TV Movie, The Boys. Yeah, baby. Spider Noir. Uh-huh. And Anthony Starr for The Boys. Danielle Brooks for Peacemaker. She is amazing. She's really cool. Best Horror Series, Limited Series, or Made for TV Movie, Widow's Bay. Best Actor in a Horror Series, Matthew Rise. Sorry, Matthew. Kate O'Flynn for Widow's Bay. Pluribus. I haven't seen that yet. Sterling K. Brown again. Wow, you got 2 wins. Nice. Paradise is really good, you guys. You really should watch it. And Rhea Seahorn, Pluribus. Another one, Anthony Starr for The Boys. Cool. Lots of interesting stuff there. Oh, look at them in their beautiful dress uniforms. Totally awesome. Looking good. Zuckerberg sucks. All right. Mississippi Card Show. Well, alrighty then. August 22nd through the 23rd. Oh, no. Oh. So you guys know I've been talking about Jackie, the bald eagle from the Big Bear area. She was attacked by some eaglets, and they really tore her up. They thought she was going to do better. They gave her a transfusion from another eagle, and she just couldn't make it. Oh, I'm so sad now. She brought many eaglets into the world with her partner, and now, oh man, I feel so bad for him. Eagles mate for life, so it's going to be hard. Wow, look at the wildfires out in Oregon. Holy crap. Scary. Here is President Obama's summer playlist. Ready? Wow. Got a lot of good stuff on there. Nice. What the? Did you know Lady Gaga once declared a literal pop music emergency? Oh, okay. Well, guys, kiss Big Bend National Park goodbye. Thanks to the T-Rump regime. Damn it. Screen Rant's reporting that J.J. Abrams' End of Oak Street first reactions are in. It's such a fun ride, and while a very different movie from It Follows, has the similar obsession with terror lurking in the suburbs. Cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it, actually. So. Turns out Mayim Bialik and Amy Farrah Fowler have more in common than being scientists. Mayim shares how she connected with Amy's awkwardness, humor, and quirky way of moving through the world, and why those qualities made The Big Bang Theory so relatable. To see the full interview, watch the official Big Bang Theory podcast on HBO Max. Yay, Extremicon! Whoop whoop! Gonna be good. Okay. Oh, nice. September 25th through the 27th in St. Robert, Missouri. Oh, poor puppers. There's some great people right there. Strange New World cast. Oh, that's cool. Very good sculpture. I like that. Oh, not right. What's up, Octavia Spencer? Yeah, that is a little weird. That's some big bubble wrap right there. Hello, Marcella Salona. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. Okay. What is she? Certified fresh something. Oh, interesting. No. Baby squirrel and a kitten. That's adorable. Where are my kittens? I just noticed it's gotten quiet. I bet they're over hiding under my bed. They're not over here in my makeup, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, man. So much weirdness in the world. All right. Hello, Chardock. Seen Severance? No, I have not seen Severance yet. I need to get my Apple TV Plus reactivated because we're for Muppets, you can only watch Fraggle Rock on Apple. So, but it's on my list. That's a great, thank you for bringing that up. I'll have to put that on my list. Camp Miyasama raises an important question. How are our favorite slasher franchises doing? With teenage sex and death at Camp Miyasama now playing in theaters, it's a good time to check in with the real franchises that inspired Jane Schossenbrun's fictional video store property. Okay. Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, Marcus Nispel's 2009 reboot attempt that ignored prior continuity in favor of a sleek modern aesthetic. One of the more competent entries in the franchise, even if it's not particularly memorable and did not lead to any sequels. What's up next? Excuse me. The franchise is heading to television with Crystal Lake, an A24 produced sequel series from showrunner Brad Caleb Kane that streams on Peacock this October. Huh. I have Peacock. Halloween. I will watch Halloween. All except number 3. Nope. Fuck off. I will not be watching it. If you have not heard what my uncle did to me, every time I went over, it was either that or it was on. And I'm like, nope, I'm out. So last entry, Halloween Ends 2022, the epic conclusion to David Gordon Green's rebooted trilogy that began with 2018's Halloween. Next up, no films have been announced, but Miramax has been developing an untitled Halloween TV series since 2023. Well, alrighty then. It's a Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay. Last entry, A Nightmare on Elm Street, a 2010 reboot from Wesley Strick and Eric Heiser that turned a solid profit despite negative reviews. Next up, nothing has been officially announced. That's bullshit. Robert Englund has been preaching it all over the place. Though recent reporting from Puck indicates that Warner Brothers and Paramount are each developing separate reboot films, Robert Englund said he's doing it. He's signed. So I don't know where they're getting their info from. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 2022's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a Netflix film that lampooned the seriousness of other recent slasher reboots to mixed reviews. Next up, an untitled A24-backed reboot. No! Reboot! Okay, sorry. Written and directed by Curry Barker. Really? Really? Scream. Scream 7 was grossed over 200 million worldwide on a $45 million budget this year. Paramount is in development for Scream 8 with screenwriters Lila and Nora Zuckerman, though no release date has been announced. Cool. IndieWire. Link is in the bio. Melanie Scarfano will be at DragonCon September 3rd through the 7th in Atlanta, Georgia. Go to dragoncon.com to purchase your passes. Cool. Oh boy. Season 3 of George and Mandy's First Marriage premieres on CBS October 8th. What the? Hello, Key. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. Meet Ocean Atlas, the world's largest underwater statue depicting a girl carrying the weight of the ocean on her shoulders. Interesting. A work of art and a living ecosystem. She's beautiful. Huh. Beneath the waters of the Bahamas, sculptor Jason DeCares Taylor's Ocean Atlas reimagines the Greek myth of Atlas, the Titan condemned to carry the heavens for eternity. In this version, a young Bohemian girl carries the weight of the ocean instead. Standing over 16 feet tall, weighing more than 60 tons, the sculpture is massive. But the burden it represents is even bigger, as our oceans and coral reefs face climate change, pollution, overfishing, and habitat loss. Ocean Atlas asks us to consider how much we're leaving future generations to carry. True. Good point. Wow. And she's walking barefoot with her dog. Oh, poor Jackie. Poor Jackie. Bernadette makes an appearance in this week's episode of Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. ING.com is reporting that Avatar director James Cameron wants to prioritize other stories for the last act of his career. Oh, he's tired of Avatar already? With Avatar 4 and 5 yet to be fully greenlit, James Cameron has signaled that he may be ready to move on from the franchise, as the status of its two planned sequels remain unclear. Well, I mean, the third one did fantastic at the box office. Everybody loved it. So what are we waiting on? Sally Field didn't want the role of the flying nun. Oh, baby otter. Cute. Oh, little guy. Okay, you went to an open space of water? Just kidding. NASA scientists travel all over the world to study our planet. Sometimes the science is right in our backyard, like the ocean waters just off from NASA JPL or the coastal wetlands south of NASA Kennedy. Other times, scientists travel to interior Alaska or all the way to the frigid Weddell Sea in Antarctica to collect data. But no matter where in the world they go, NASA science is helping us learn more about the planet we call home. Could you talk to the president? Ooh. Hey, Monty, what's up? Oh, no, I don't want to talk about that. Space in a Nutshell says, today's most advanced machines once looked like this. A telescope. Wow. Yeah. Very different. A rocket. Satellite. Yep. Yeah, the Orville. The Orville. Yeah, airplanes. Cruise ships. Wow. Train. Wow. Spacesuits. Thank God they changed them. Right? Computer. Look at that. It took up a whole room for a computer. A whole room. And now we have them on laptops. Look at it. Look, there's one right here. Right here. Here's a computer. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Submarine. Wow. Robot. The camera. That's cool. All right. There's some interesting stuff for the day. I don't need that up anymore. Hey, what's up, Dad Man? How are you? Fred, you hate every day ending in a Y. Hello, Fred. Hope you're doing great today. What are you up to, Dad Man? How's Grandma walking? Let's see here. There it is. Oh, no, you got to be kidding me. I didn't even start it. Oopsies. Sorry, Instagram. My bad. Okay. So what are we talking about? We're talking about Fred hating Mondays. Yeah, I know how you feel, Fred. I didn't want to get up and go to work today. I hear you. Throw some out there, anybody. Anybody on TikTok, throw some out there. Lots of interesting info coming out of STLV over the weekend. So it's going to be awesome. I'm so ready. Now, clear Seth's schedule. I know I'm evil. All right. Oh, golly gee whiz. Okay, my kids will not leave me alone. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Is Mrs. okay? I haven't seen her show. I'm missing her show in the mornings. I sit there and listen while I work. Hello, Jill. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. I hope you're doing great today. So, what's up? Anything new happening? Anybody have a good weekend? I hope so. I did. Of course, today is my dad's birthday, so happy birthday, Dad. All right, let's do some good news, shall we? Let me see what's out there first. Oh. Some good stories today out on goodnewsnetwork.org. All right. The quote of the day from goodnewsnetwork.org is, since love grows within you, so beauty grows. For love is the beauty of the soul. St. Augustine. Very true, very true. When zoo elephants are rewilded in Africa, here's how good their coping skills are. You guys know I love animals, especially elephants. New research shows that elephants develop successful coping mechanisms when returning to the wild from human captivity. In fact, the team found that rewilding elephants can fit quite well within wildlife systems and readapt even after long-term captivity. For the new study, a team from the Elephant Reintegration Trust of South Africa examined the behavioral and psychological responses of 11 formerly captive elephants, which had been released onto 4 different reserves. For 5 years, each elephant was observed for 3 weeks at a time, at least once annually. The team looked for indicators that the elephants might be uncomfortable in their wild surroundings and for behaviors that might be holdovers from their time in captivity, such as conflict or confrontation. The findings showed that overall, rewilding elephants behaved very similarly to their wild neighbors. Fecal samples collected to test for signs of metabolic stress showed levels within the normal range for wild elephants. What I found most fascinating was watching elephants that had spent decades in captivity adapt so successfully to life in the wild, said co-author Tanisha Roos. Seeing them respond to their environment and function, much like wild elephants, was truly awe-inspiring and a powerful reminder of their remarkable resilience, adaptivity, and behavioral flexibility. Nice. That's good that they're trying, you know? It's good that they're trying. Look at the pygmy hippo. Toronto Zoo celebrates the birth of endangered pygmy hippo. The pictures and video are adorable. Yeah, they are. When you see these photos from the Toronto Zoo of their newest resident, you'll know why we had to share it. A pregnant pygmy hippopotamus gave birth a week ago, tiny feet appearing after 1.5 hours of active labor. The calf began teetering around in an attempt to stand within 15 minutes of birth and was seen confidently navigating the space and nursing with mom 4.5 hours after birth. Both the calf and its 20-year-old mom, named Kindia, are doing well and are resting together behind the scenes, enjoying a term of privacy. Calf survival for this species can be challenging, but this is Kindia's 3rd birth, and she has proven herself to be an attentive mother, carefully protecting the newborn beneath her. The father's 31-year-old male pygmy hippo named Harvey, after Kindia was introduced to him for 8 days in January, which resulted in welcoming a pygmy hippo calf, is far more than a celebration of life. Wow. Cute. Baby. Babies are so cute. Pygmy hippos are listed as endangered on the International Red List, with 2,000 to 3,000 individuals believed to be left in the wild, native to the forest and swamps of West Africa and surviving in undisturbed habitats. Deep in the Ivory Coast rainforest, conservation researchers are working to better protect these elusive animals in their habitat. Researchers from IBREAM are using camera traps and detection dogs to study pygmy hippos, which have long remained hidden from human eyes. Oh. Okay, where's that? No. Cute. What a cute baby. Awesome. Congrats, Toronto Zoo. That's great. What about cheese? I like cheese. Who likes cheese? Cheese lovers unite. That's me. The benefits of full-fat dairy documented in study without cholesterol rise or weight gain. I eat a lot of cheese because it's high protein. So this is like music to my ears right now. So A University of Toronto study is offering new evidence in support of full-fat dairy consumption. The findings from a 12-week study demonstrate that 3 daily servings of full-fat dairy can be incorporated into a person's diet without negatively affecting their body weight, energy metabolism, or blood lipid levels. In fact, the results published recently in the Journal of Nutrition shows that participants who ate more dairy saw improvements in blood pressure and had higher intake of calcium, protein, and vitamin D. You may ask why the literature keeps changing about the dangers of dairy. It turns out when the scientists reveal more, we all learn more. Well, imagine that. Dairy products contain saturated fats, which contribute to an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, which is why dietary guidelines around the world have traditionally recommended fat-free or low-fat dairy foods. However, Professor Harvey Anderson in the nutritional science field at the Toronto University Faculty of Medicine says despite these concerns, numerous human studies have found no association between full-fat dairy consumption and negative health outcomes. Yeah, it's like the more McDonald's you actually eat, the problem you have. Just saying. Some studies, including recent research led by the university's Professor Kozida Miluku, have indeed reported positive or protective effect related to dairy intake. In the recent small study, 74 overweight or obese adults, were randomly assigned to one of 3 diets: low dairy, calorie restriction, energy neutral with 3 daily servings of dairy, or unrestricted with 3 daily servings of dairy. The participants were also counseled to follow Canada's food guide and provided with full-fat dairy products for the study. After 12 weeks, the researchers did not observe meaningful differences in weight gain, body composition, or cholesterol levels between the participants who followed a low dairy diet and those who consumed 3 daily servings of whole-fat dairy. Good. Works for me. All right, more good news on this date in history. It's August 10th. 180 years ago today, the Smithsonian Institute was first chartered and named after the British scientist James Smithson, who bequeathed $500,000 to create a giant museum in Washington, D.C., even though he had never visited the United States. Ha! I had this argument with someone the other day. With the aim of advancing science and mankind's knowledge and not whitewashing history, the federal government administers and partially funds the 19 museums and the National Zoo in the nation's capital. That was done in 1846. Displaying a vast collection of 1.43 million items for public view. Perhaps the best thing about the Smithsonian, beyond its perfect location on the U.S. Mall, has always been the free admission offered to all. Initial funding through Smithson's estate. The institution today gets 62% of its revenue from federal funds through both congressional apparitions and federal grants. The rest comes from private or public sources like endowments, donations, memberships, magazine subscriptions, concessions, and so much more. Watch an overview of the History Museum and another about how they preserved the Wizard of Oz ruby slippers after 80 years.
The Smithsonian's National Museum of American History, where you can see what makes America, America. Here, we tell stories, the objects that shed light on our triumphs and our tragedies, our aspirations and our experiments.
Awesome.
National treasures, like President Lincoln's top hat.
Ah, I missed that museum.
First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy's inauguration gown. Muhammad Ali's boxing glove.
Cool.
And Thomas Edison's light bulb.
I did get to see Spock's ears.
As well as more.
That was cool. And the Enterprise.
Every day.
And the X-Wing.
At the center of this lies the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh,
the
nice.
Flag that was still there after the bombardment of Fort McKinley in 1814.
Nice.
This very flag inspired Francis Scott Key to write the poem that would become our national anthem. their museum. In the dramatic stories told in our transportation scenes about how we navigated seas and waterways, traversed a vast country on the railway,
Oh, nice.
and fell in love with our cars. Reflect on the complex challenge of the American presidency and the changing contributions of the First Ladies. Take a peek inside a colonial-era home that tells over 200 years of history. Or size up Dorothy's ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz. See a Vietnam-era helicopter.
By the way, those slippers are not supposed to be ruby. They're supposed to be silver. All right, moving on.
Hi, I'm Dawn Wallace. I'm an object conservator here at the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History, and I had the privilege of working on the Ruby Slipper project. The most memorable part of
Judy
working
Garland
on
had
this
small
project
feet.
was being able to look at every sequin and every bead under the microscope. It seems a little tedious, but I find that when you see something under the microscope, you can really start seeing the evidence of its use. Every sequin is different, every bead is different. You can also see the stitching. Everything was hand stitched on the boats, on the shoes,
Wow.
and sequins. So you can see that really human touch. Now the shoes are 80 years old actually this year.
Yep.
And they have a lot of wear from being danced and worn during the filming. The Smithsonian's pair of shoes are very special in that we have orange felt on the bottom. And this felt would have been used in dancing and walking scenes so that you wouldn't have the echo on the yellow brick road in the plywood sense. So a lot of our conservation work was addressing the structural stability of the shoes themselves.
You can see the rest of that online at YouTube, Smithsonian National Museum of American History. More good news on this date. Islam's Prophet Muhammad began receiving the Quran on the first Laylat al-Qadar 610. Candid Camera made its U.S. television debut after being on the radio for a year as Candid Microphone, 1948. The groundbreaking ceremony for the St. Lawrence Seaway was held in Messina, New York, 1954. Japanese Americans who were either interned or relocated by the U.S. government during World War II would each receive $20,000 payments because the Civil Liberties Act of 1988 was signed. That was 1988. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, you Ruth Bader believe it, was sworn in as the second female Supreme Court justice in 1993. The robotic probe Magellan successfully inserted itself into Venus's orbit, launched from a NASA space shuttle 1 year earlier to map the surface of Venus and collect data, the first spacecraft to test aerobraking as a method of circularizing an orbit, 1988. American swimmer Michael Phelps won the first of a record 8 gold medals at the Beijing Olympics by smashing his own world record in the 400-meter individual medley. That was 2008. 181 years ago today, one of the absolute most important forerunners of the modern Kazakh nation state was born. I'm not saying this name right, and I am totally apologize. Abe Hunan Bale, I hope so, known as Eurasia, simply as Abe, was a poet, translator, and Islamic theologian, philosopher, who contributed to a revolution of thought that underpins much of Kazakhstan's national identity today. 123 years ago today, Anthony Pratt was born. Pratt's claim to fame was his conversion of the popular social game Murder into a tabletop game known as Clue, or Cluedo in the UK. Living as an assemblyman in multi-munitions factory in England during the Second World War, Pratt felt that the conflict was killing the social life of the nation. The original characters were to be Dr. Black, Mr. Brown, Mr. Gold, Reverend Green, Miss Gray, Professor Plum, Miss Scarlet, Nurse White, Miss Silver, and Colonel Yellow. Pratt was inspired by the social game Murder. Organized at an event such as a ball with many people present, the organizer would nominate a person as the murderer who could murder people by sneaking up on them and surprising them with a shout. All the party guests would have to use clues to solve the mystery by officially accusing someone. When the war was over, the Pratts demonstrated the game to their friends who loved it, and Anthony's wife, Elva, convinced him to pitch the idea to the Waddingtons, a gaming business. Across the pond, Parker Brothers, the American game manufacturer that produced Monopoly, was excited about Pratt's invention to produce. Hello, Steve C. Across the pond, Parker Brothers, the American game manufacturer that produced Monopoly, was excited about Pratt's invention to produce the mystery game for Americans. Parker Brothers gave Waddingtons the right to Monopoly in exchange for ones to Pratt's. When Cluedo was released, it became a hit among gamers and mystery lovers alike. It became a household name as families and friends have fun figuring out who done it. When the game was released internationally, it was expanded to include more colorful suspects, crime scenes, and murder weapons. In more than 40 countries, Cluedo's rated as the most famous tabletop game, second to Monopoly. That was 1903. Happy 79th birthday to Ian Anderson, MBE, the Scottish-born musician, singer-songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist who was the lead actor voice and flute player in Jethro Tull. Anderson, as a singer-songwriter, was fascinated by the fringes of society that was rapidly modernizing during his life. The woodsman, the lighthouse tender, the beggar, travelers, and these were often the focus of his musical content. And while his music has often been called prog rock, the element of folk music has always been there. Anderson abandoned his ambition to play electric guitar before Jethro Tull had released their first album, allegedly because he felt he would never be as good as Eric Clapton. As he himself tells it in the introduction to the video, Nothing Is Easy, live at the Isle of Wight, he traded his electric guitar in for a flute. Right? I don't know how to say it. According to the sleeve notes for the first Tull album, he had been playing the flute only a few months when the album was recorded. His guitar practice did not go to waste either, as he continued to play acoustic guitar, using it as melodic and rhythmic instrument. As his career progressed, he added soprano saxophone, mandolin, keyboards, and other instruments to his arsenal. His tendency to stand on one leg while playing the flute came about by accident, as he had been inclined to stand on one leg while playing the harmonica, holding the microphone stand for balance. Anderson was known for his famous one-legged flute stance and was once referred to as a deranged flamingo. While 2016 marked the 45 years since the release of Tull's landmark album, Aqualung, it brought a new tour for Ian Anderson under the name Jethro Tull, the Rock Opera. He was born in 1947. On this date in 1793, the Louvre Museum was opened officially in Paris, a royal palace on the banks of the Seine. It was suddenly possible for the public to enter and view the many art treasures, including the Mona Lisa, confiscated by the French king, his cronies, and the church during the Revolution. The world's largest and most famous art gallery, with a record 1.8 million visitors last year, added a distinct glass pyramid entrance during a renovation in the 1980s. The royal collection had contained more than 20,000 pieces, including the ancient Greek statue of Venus de Milo. The collection has grown steadily with donations and bequests and is divided into 8 departments: Egyptian antiquities, Near East antiquities, Greek, Etruscan and Roman antiquities, Islamic art, sculpture, decorative art, painting, prints, and drawings. Last year, the Musée du Louvre featured an extensive Delacroix exhibit and a self-guided tour of the 17 artworks around which Beyonce and Jay-Z filmed the music video to kick off their collaborative album, Everything is Love. Oh, nice. 66 years ago today, Los Angeles moviegoers experienced Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho for the first time. After wrangling with movie censors over controversial scenes, the opening shot contained an unmarried couple sharing a bed, the lead actress Janet Leigh in a bra, the infamous shower scene, which was unprecedented and used Hershey syrup as the blood, and the first close-up shot of a toilet flushing. The director ended up cutting very little. Good for him. He shouldn't have to. It also may have been the first time the viewing public in the United States was required to arrive before the opening scene, with Hitchcock believing the audience would have felt disappointed having not seen the bedroom scene. The movie starring Anthony Perkins was consistently ranked as one of the best films of all time. Yes, it is. It made a lot of money too, with people lining up around the block to be there on time. Nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Supporting Actress for Leigh and Best Director Hitchcock, Psycho centers around a woman who ends up at a secluded motel after stealing money from her employer and the Bates Motel owner-manager, Norman Bates, played by Perkins. The shower scene has become a pop culture touchstone and is often regarded as one of the most terrifying scenes ever filmed. Even though a few details are shown, the horror comes from the unique and startling shot sequence borrowed from the Soviet montage filmmakers and the iconic screeching violins in Bernard Herrmann's musical score. Now, there is another orchestral genius. Hello, Seely. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. Bernard Herrmann did all the scores for Hitchcock's movies, and they are just beautiful works of art. Absolutely beautiful. On this day in 1519, the Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan set sail from Seville, Spain. Seville. An expedition that circumvented the globe for the first time. A hardy sailor at a young age, Magellan was born into a Catholic society that believed it was their mission to convert the world to Christianity. But there was another goal. 7 years earlier, he captained a voyage to the legendary Spice Islands in Asia, the Moklans, home to nutmeg and clove trees. These precious exotic flavors were worth their weight in gold, and Magellan's share in their sail back in Europe sparked his desire for more wealth. Extremely charismatic, he convinced the king of neighboring Spain to bankroll his latest expedition, to discover a new passage to the Spice Islands, between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, which he would avoid Portuguese battleships in the southern Horn of Africa. The 270 men carried supplies to sustain 2 years of travel aboard 5 ships, but they were essentially wooden tubs that had no toilets, privacy, or kitchens on board. And as the mood soured, a mutiny broke out. Despite that, the tenacious Magellan reached the southern tip of South America and discovered a cape. His fleet sailed into the labyrinth of unpredictable winds and currents at Tierra del Fuego, and the 350 miles of narrow waterways claimed one ship, while another took advantage of the confusion and fled back to Spain. But Magellan was ultimately victorious, using his longed-for passage to reach the Pacific Ocean in 6 weeks. Finally, with his 3 remaining ships, he landed in the Philippines, the first Europeans to ever arrive. And though large numbers of the population converted to Catholicism and still remain so today, one island was hostile to foreign threats, and Magellan was killed in battle. 2 vessels quickly turned back, but under the command of Juan Sebastian Elcano, the remaining ship reached the Spice Islands, where it finally collected the long-desired spicy cargo and returned to Spain via the Cape of Good Hope, completing the unintended circumnavigation of the world and proving the Earth was, wait for it, round. The Victoria docked in Spain, in a Spanish port 3 years after setting sail, with about 20 surviving crew members to tell the tale. And the Western Passage around South America has been named the Strait of Magellan ever since. The fearless explorer inspired countless missions over the next 5 centuries, even into outer space, with NASA naming its successful Venus probe Magellan. He once said, "The church says the earth is flat." Oh my God, it was the church saying that? Okay. I'm kidding, I knew that. But I have seen its shadow on the moon and I have more confidence even in a shadow than in the church. Ouch. The sea is dangerous and its storms terrible, but these obstacles have never been sufficient reason to remain ashore. Unlike the mediocre, intrepid spirits seek victory over those things that seem impossible. It is with an iron will that they embark on the most daring of all endeavors to meet the shadowy figure without fear and conquer the unknown. Ferdinand Magellan. Today is the approximate date for the fall of Nineveh, the capital of the ancient Assyrian Empire, one of the most brutal and dystopic of all Near Eastern states. Although this history column never suggests the conquering of the people or the destruction of the city as a good thing, the fall of Nineveh essentially liberated half a dozen other states from a tyrannical yoke and recentered power around Babylon, which seems, as we view it today, to have prepared the table for the arrival of the modern Mediterranean. Interesting. At the beginning of the 7th century BCE, Assyrian controlled or had reduced to vassalage the whole of antiquity, from Nubia to Egypt to Iran to Caucasus. The Assyrians held the final word. Yet there was an empire built on terror, which lasts only as long as their subject remains terrified. Hint, hint, hint. As such, the Assyrian army for generations was continually engaged in putting down rebellions. Not long before its ultimate downfall, Assyria had developed something like an Elamite final solution. The army devastated Susa, one of the world's oldest cities, but all but eliminated the Elamite race. An alliance between the Medes, Babylonians, and Chaldeans sought to rid the world of the Assyrian yoke, and after 5 years of hard-fought victories, at last surrounded Nineveh, likely the largest and richest city on earth at that point in 612 BCE. The three armies laid siege and took the city. The event was cataclysmic for the age, akin to our modern sentiments like the Battle of Berlin, in that it changed the world immediately and everybody at the time knew it. Accounts that had come down to us arrived from multiple sources, from Babylon, modern-day Iraq, and also from the Hebrew Bible, Book of Nahum. With the fall of rule by terror came the rise, 100 years later, of rule through good governance. Persia's Cyrus the Great created a similar-sized state to the one ruled from Nineveh, but substantially more lenient. Cyrus is exalted as the only non-Jewish Messiah by the Jewish people, as he delivered them from domination by Babylon and encouraged the creation of the Second Temple, all of which suddenly seems so unlikely if Assyria had ruled for another 300 years. All right, well, there's your good news of the day. Tell me what you think about that in the chat. Fascinating. Lady Miss, that's sad. Poor Jackie. Yeah, definitely. I know. And she was so beautiful too. We were all excited when we, heard that I know, Jackie. Yeah, I was just talking about that earlier. I had just found that out. I was shocked because they had moved her back to ICU yesterday. So not fair. And what I don't get is why the younger eagles attacked her. And I wonder if those were her eaglets, So, oh man. Now her hubby is a widower. So, I don't know. I'm going to look that up. Do eagles, after they lose their mate, do they remate? I don't know. Let's find out. Yes. So what was her spouse's name? They do remate for life with another eagle. Let's see here. Mr. B. Shadow, but they called him Mr. B. Oh no, she's had two mates. Mr. B was her first one, and he passed away in 2018. And then Shadow became her bonded mate until her passing. Oh, that's so sad. Circle of life, unfortunately. Not fair. Not fair. So let's hope we have more eaglets after this, because American bald eagle has had a struggle being on the endangered list for a while, So, all right, what else is going on? Anybody? Bueller? What do you guys think about the news out of STLV? I'm pretty excited. Of course, you guys know how I am. Oh my God, I take my glasses off and somebody messages me. Damn it, Jim. Hello, Elvis V19. Welcome to the Galactic Cafe. We're doing great today. Oh boy. So, what's on everybody's mind? Anybody? Bueller. I was hoping for more information out of STLV about upcoming Star Trek movies. That's what I wanted to hear about. But our good buddy Sabrina at Play got to meet Rod Roddenberry. At least she told me that. So awesome sauce. Thank you for that compliment, but I'm not really that beautiful. But thank you. Well, guys, if we've done everything today, which we've gone through all the news, I mean, we've got 10 minutes left, so. I need to, hold on. I was going to show you guys that thing I saw on Instagram about the different Latvian characters that leaked. Fort Jackie. She wasn't that old either. 14? Let's see. There we go. Let me see here. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Do you know that Spirit Halloween is buying Hot Topic for $350 million? Have you guys heard about that? I just found out about that. By the way, if you're curious to know, a real Freddy Fazbear pizza is opening in New Jersey next year. American Dream is bringing the world of Five Nights at Freddy's into the real world with the debut of the franchise's first permanent immersive restaurant experience set to open in 2027. Developed in collaboration with Scott Games, the experience will reimagine Freddy Fazbear's Pizza as a fully functioning restaurant, giving guests the opportunity to step directly into the world of the iconic horror franchise. Interesting. 18 years ago today, we lost legendary South Park actor and singer Isaac Hayes. We miss you. Also today, started the stupid ass game thingy with the government. I don't know what that's about. Okay, have you guys heard about this? Let me share my screen. I found this kind of interesting, and I'm trying to figure out why in the world this guy is focused on this, okay? So you tell me. I'm a huge Screen fan, but I can't figure this out, okay? According to Did You Catch This, Matthew Lillard was confronted by a fan over the weekend at a convention. He found himself in an unexpected exchange with a fan while taking questions from the audience at Midsummer Scream 2026. During the panel, Lillard was walking through the crowd and speaking directly with attendees when one fan used his opportunity at the microphone not to ask a question, but to tell the screen actor that he was no longer a fan of his. The fan then explained that his feelings stemmed from an interaction he previously had with Lillard at another convention. According to the fan, he had approached Lillard with a personal theory connecting Drew Barrymore's character Casey Becker in 1996's Scream with her character Casey Roberts in the 1995 film Mad Love. After apparently not understanding the theory, Lillard's response by asking the fan, "What are you smoking?" Although the remark may have been intended as a joke or lighthearted reaction, the fan said he was offended by the response and remembered the interaction when he was encountered Lillard again at Midsummer Scream. The moment created an unusual situation for Lillard, who was suddenly confronted about an interaction that had taken place at a previous convention rather than being asked a typical fan question. The exchange has since raised an interesting question about interactions between celebrities and fans, particularly at conventions, where brief comments or jokes can sometimes be interpreted differently than intended. So what do you think about that? I mean, it's just weird to me that he came up with this whole idea in his head, this whole theory in his head. Look at this. Look what D23 has announced. Guess what that is? That's a record. D23 production announcement, The Simpsons donut-shaped die-cut record. Disney Music Emporium and Lard Lad Donuts are teaming up to serve you a very special menu item. A donut-shaped die-cut record featuring 2 songs, The Simpsons made title theme, and the fan favorite, Monorail, Monorail. So this title will be the first to order exclusively at the Disney Music booth, Hall B, E13 at D23 2026, with free standard shipping. No lugging your new vinyl around the venue, and no worries about how to pack it safely. Yeah, I had issues packing my Seth vinyl when I brought it home from Vegas last year. So yeah, I had to put it in between a bunch of like my dresses and stuff so that it wouldn't crack or anything. It's beautiful, by the way. Happy 65th birthday to Antonio Banderas. Ben Jones, who played Cooter on Dukes of Hazzard, passed away overnight. He was 84 years old. So rest in peace, Cooter. Robert Carradine's family is suing the UCLA Medical Center for wrongful death after failing to remove the actor's belt in the psychiatric ward. So didn't know if you guys had heard that one. All right, here is your first look at Dr. Doom's Latvarian army. Dr. Doom's mysterious inner circle is becoming one of the biggest talking points surrounding Avengers Doomsday. Recently leaked promotional images circulating online appear to show a masked group of followers serving Doom, including a figure resembling Doctor Strange and several color-coded Latvarian witches. The imagery has immediately fueled theories that characters such as Clea, Sylvie, and Wanda Maximoff could be hidden beneath the mask. However, Marvel Studios has not officially confirmed the identities of the masked followers, so those character identifications should still be treated as speculation. The mystery gained even more attention after Marvel's San Diego Comic-Con display officially introduced the previously unknown Latvarian witch, with multiple costume variations shown during the event. Marvel has also confirmed exclusive footage and major reveals for Avengers Doomsday, keeping the film's story tightly under wraps. What makes the concept especially intriguing is Dr. Doom's comic book story. He is not simply a technological dictator. Doom is a formidable sorcerer, making a mystical group of followers a natural extension of his powers. If these masked figures really are familiar MCU characters, which one would you want to see standing beside Doom? For more information, visit at Marvel Studio and Disney.com. It does look like Benedict Cumberbatch in the shoulders, but, you know, anybody could take Resident in the uniform, right? You know. Clea, huh? Interesting. Wanda could be. And Sylvie. Fascinating to find out. All righty. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Thank you all so much for being here. Everybody over on TikTok, Isaiah, Peeled Relay, Charduck. Wow, 128 people came in and out. That's awesome. Lady Mist, Jamie Lynn Simmons, Fred, Dadman Walking 55, Stony Girl, anybody who's been lurking. Thank you all so much for being here. Hey, you know, you can talk in the chat. We like to talk to people. Right. We're still on our way to being fully monetized. So please help us with watch hours during this month of review. We greatly appreciate you all. And, you know, it's not required, but we greatly appreciate it. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful evening. I will see you back here tomorrow beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, right here in the Galactic Cafe. Later, party people.
Cosmic haze, lights flash in neon blaze, retro rockets start to soar, sci-fi Mombie wants much more. Sci-fi Mombie breaking through the screen, chasing dreams in a technicolor scene, warp drive set, let's explore the stars. Sci-fi Mombie, no matter where you are. Binary beats and signals hum, space age stories, here they come, with quirky charm and cosmic flair. Sci-fi Mombies everywhere. Ray guns pop and galaxies twirl, Mombie's mind is out of this world. Sci-fi vibes that never get old. Welcome to the future bold. Sci-fi Mombie breaking through the screen, chasing dreams in a technicolor scene. Warp drive set, let's explore the stars. Sci-fi Mombie, no matter where you are. Ray guns pop and galaxies twirl, Mombie's mind is out of this world. Sci-fi vibes that never get old. Welcome to the future bold.